What's going on? It's your boy, the informant, with another one. So I want to get on this just because I recently came across a video, which was of a woman questioning Dr. Umar. This video was actually 9 years ago, so it was very surprising to me to see it go back that far. People calling him out. Now, what I want to show you guys is what it looks like when you're not about serious business. Now, as you can see on the screen right here, let me make it a little bit larger. This is what happens when you're not about serious business, right here. Celebrating putting up a sign that took you forever to put up, for one. Celebrating putting up a sign, doing a whole plantation babble talking, same verbiage, same everything that he's been given for the last decade with no results. And recently, a little bit recently, Umar Johnson decided to take the boards off the window. Not install new windows, just take the boards off the windows he already had, which was already what he bought the building 4 years ago. He finally decided to take off the boards off the window. As you can see on your screen, he's out there in the street acting a fool, yelling, throwing the camera up. Probably the most work he's done in the last 4 or 5 months, besides his book tours. The most work he's done at that school in the last probably 5 years is just take the boards off the windows. Now, I know that's kind of sad to say, but when you talk about opening up a school, when you talk about serious business like this, Umar Johnson is not going to have the school open. He pushed the date back once again. That's no surprise because this is one thing he's been consistent at is pushing the date back. Another thing that he's been consistent at is avoiding any details when it comes to the business plan, when it comes to the financial plan, when it comes to any plans. He's very consistent at that. But he took the boards out the window. And let me see if I can get to the comments, and we can just see full the full plantation babble that was happening in the comments. It was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. See, I left a comment right there. See this full plantation. Look at this. This brought a smile to my face. 10 years of being trashed in the media, sometimes by your own people. Yet Dr. Umar kept his head down and kept grinding. Salute. 1.2 thousand likes. This guy, he's obviously proud to put that. He's probably happy he got this many likes. This guy, C. Martin, I never doubted this brother. He always had a great passion for black people. Okay, I'm not going to discuss his passion. I agree with that. But he came through and delivered with the black power signs right here. Look at this. He came through and delivered. He came through and delivered. Came through and delivered. Dr. Umar came through and delivered what is my question. He came through and delivered what? What did he come through and what did he deliver? He has two abandoned buildings and a gym that he's going to open next year for his book clubs and so on and so on. This one right here, finally, Umar, seeing this actually shows me don't give up. It might take 10 years or 10 days or 10 years, but don't give up. No, 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 no. Give up. Give up. Because if this is the standard, you guys, when you're giving this guy money and he's just doing circles in schools, circles in the parking lot, throwing block parties, not doing anything productive. If this is the standard, give up. Give up. Now, I don't even know. Just give up. But, just I want to move on to something else, you guys, because one thing that I noticed, like I saw a video 9 years ago, when it comes to Dr. Umar in the school, he doesn't want to show you any financial paperwork. Now I'm going to show you a video from 9 years ago, 9 years ago, and then we're going to take it back to what Dr. Umar has been saying what he's been doing since then. And it's going to put all this into perspective that Umar's not serious about building a school. He's not serious at all about building a school, that this is all a scam. And we're just talking specifically about the school. We're not getting into his personal life. We're not getting into none of this other stuff. We're talking about the school point blank, period, you guys. Now, me, myself, I already know how I feel about it, but there's some people out here that still believe that this is actually going to happen. So that's what you guys think, whatever. So I want to play this for you right here. When Umar Johnson was talking about his team full of experts that he had, he had a team full of experts, plumbers, electricians, whatever, the works, team full of experts that he had on standby. And I'm going to play this for you guys real quick.
That we go to.
And we have that in place, but what I want you to understand, it takes time to build institutions. I ain't got no problem with where we are. I'm loving where we at. We got our plans done by the engineer. We got our electrician chosen. I'm meeting with my HVAC this weekend. I got my plumber on standby. Roofer did his job. Carpenter lined up. We doing what we need to do on the time frame we doing it in. I don't know help outside of the team I got, which is filled with experts from the East Coast to the West Coast, brother.
Now, if you believe that, I don't know what to say to you, because he had a team full of experts. This interview on Godcast is 3 years old. 3 years old. 2 years old. My bad. 2 years old. He had a team full of experts from the East Coast to the West Coast. Team full of experts, no results, no accountability from the community, no nothing. Just give him more money. Give him more money. Don't ask for no questions. Now, that was a great interview by the Godcast. They did a great job on that interview, exposing him for what he is. But I'm going to take it back 9 years ago. And in this radio broadcast, you're going to hear Dr. Umar. And this is the sad thing about it, because all he has to do is call you a hater, and his followers will dismiss all claims that you put on him. This is an important interview because this was 9 years ago, you guys. You're going to get the full context of what I'm getting at here.
And how do we know how much money you bring?
Because I tell people.
So you don't have any accountability system. You were just talking about accountability, so I was wondering about your accountability system. Do you have anything in place, like a PayPal account or anything that people can look at to see that what has been raised already?
Okay, you made a statement.
Because we're only going to take a break.
I'm hoping that you wouldn't cut me off. You don't want to answer questions. I'm wondering about your
Go to the break. She's a reactionary.
Hey, we'll take your calls. We really got to take a break at the top of the hour. We'll take your calls in about 2.5 minutes. Psychologist. He's also direct descendant of Frederick Douglass.
So this is back when he was lying that he's a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass, which was proven not to be true by his father. But if you guys heard that interview, Dr. Umar was on his heels. He didn't want to answer that question. He said, "Go to the break. She's a reactionary. Go to the break. She's a reactionary." So he pretty much can throw some little falsehoods on a woman who's she's asking legitimate questions in regards to the school, in regards to the financial funding of the school. We all know that he doesn't present any tax information. This is supposed to be a publicly nonprofit organization, which means that the financial information should be out there. She probably tried to look for it. This video is 9 years old, by the way. She probably tried to look for it back then, couldn't find it. So she asked him live on air, and the radio host lets him escape like a coward in the night with the gold, because he didn't want him to answer that question. It was an immediate, we have to go to break. We have to go to break. I wouldn't be surprised if Umar actually gave him the signal that we need to go to break. So I'm going to play that for you guys one more time. I'm going to play that one more time of this brave sister asking this coward about financial responsibility.
And how do we know how much money you bring?
Because I tell people.
So you don't have any accountability system. You were just just talking about accountability, so I was wondering about your accountability system. Do you have anything in place, like a PayPal account or anything that people can look at to see that what has been raised already?
Okay, you made a statement.
Because we're only going to take a break. And
I'm hoping that you wouldn't cut me off. If you don't want to answer questions, I'm wondering about your
Go to the break. She's a reactionary.
Hey, we'll take your calls, folks. We really got to take a break at the top of the hour. We'll take your calls in about 2.5 minutes. Psychologist. He's also direct descendant of Frederick Douglass. He's Darby, folks.
So let me get this right, man. So you have a team full of experts. You have a team full of experts, so he says, even though that was way later. I'm not sure if his team full of so-called experts was before them then. And you yourself have 6 degrees, but you don't know how to do a financial statement, a balance sheet. You don't have any accounting principles, even the most basic concept, having your freaking liabilities on there, having your revenue. You have absolutely nothing. Your assets, your liabilities, your revenue. I mean, he has absolutely nothing. He has no paperwork to show this cash flow. He has no like I said, he has no balance sheet. So when people ask him for the money or where the money is going, he starts making stuff up as he goes. Because the actuality of it is that Umar Johnson has absolutely nobody working on his team. That it's just Umar himself and himself, the Council of Umars. That's who his elite team is. When he was on Lord Jamar 2 years ago, that's who this team he was referring to as. Him, himself, and himself. There's no team full of experts working with Umar because if there was, there will be accountability because experts, people of profession, will not let you BS them and cost them their credibility in their field over some bull jive. That lets me know that this school project is nothing but a failed project that's not happening, you guys. And last I want to show this last interview that he did with this woman. And I'm going to show you a clip of it because I'm going to do another video about this. Where Umar Johnson was actually asked by this woman, and she pretty much tried to help him, but he rejected the help that she was trying to give him. And I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't surprised because Umar Johnson doesn't want the help because he doesn't want nobody to know where their money is going, and that's his MO right now. But I'm gonna play a small clip from this because it actually brings everything back into full form when it comes to accountability and why Umar Johnson wants people to stop asking questions. So, without further ado, let me get to this.
Hear me say this to you. To get you off the tax. Hear me say this to you. You say you just came out of an audit. Put that audit on your website. Have all the filings from your 990s on your website. If you did a video on YouTube about the state of Delaware issued a cease and desist, and you had your response.
Yeah, the state of Pennsylvania issued a cease and desist.
Okay, sorry, Pennsylvania,
which
right.
was beyond their jurisdiction because the school was in Delaware, so it should have never been sent in the first place.
So make a statement about that. So it doesn't, unless it's, first of all, the people that are going to support you are going to support you, and the ones that are not, and maybe they need to figure out an excuse. But when it comes to this money and financial systems that not only are here in America, but across the diaspora, you're a Pan-African, you gotta have the money straight. You gotta have.
We got it. It's straight. It's more than straight.
No. It's got to be because schools and nonprofits, we are public institutions.
Yes, we are.
It has to be. So that document, that audit you were just talking about, needs to be on your website.
It ain't going on the website. It'll go for the donors, but it ain't going on the website. We only are accountable to the donors.
Well, you're accountable to the legal authority because you just.
Okay, so she pretty much just gave him game right there. That was one of the dumbest statements I ever heard in my life. We're only accountable to the donors. No, you're a public nonprofit organization that's given the tax exemption by the whatever state that you're in or whatever state or county, whatever. But that's who's giving you the tax exemption, not your donors. And this goes back to he has no idea what he's doing, and that these teams full of experts is nothing but Umar himself and himself, the Council of Umar. And anybody that's still believing in this school scam, I don't really know what to say at this point. I mean, you're gonna have to show me some hardcore evidence of where the business plan is, the financial plan, the accounting, the progress that has been done in the school. If you can show me any of that, I will back off of this scam. But as long as he's still stealing money out of the black community because he wants to run a scam when it comes to this FDMG school, because I don't know what's going on with this guy, but scammers come in a bundle. So somebody's running a scam over here, somebody's running a scam over there. Umar Johnson is one of the most easily spotted scams I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't be surprised if, when all this is said and done, I'm going to be looking over at some YouTube channels who's reacting to the Lifetime movie of Umar Johnson and FDMG, or the Netflix series of Umar Johnson and FDMG, because that would make a great series. He won't get a penny of it, and he's probably going to sue, but they're going to be talking about his scamming behaviors in the history of Umar Johnson, from when he started false claiming that he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass, to when he started collecting money for the school, to all the interviews that he's done with all these coons who just let him kumbaya throughout their whole interview. It's going to be one sight to see. I'm going to say that. Thanks for watching this video, you guys. I'm going to get out of here after that statement right there.